Blue Microphones has made a name for itself with its crazy designs in both its microphones and now its new headphone lineup. And the new audiophile $700 headphones, the Ella, are no different. However, while the crazy design is what gets your attention, it's what's inside these cans that's really cool. Before we talk about the Ella's custom drivers, we need to talk about this headband here. Now, as you can see, it is very strange looking, but this is actually a signature for Blue. It's loaded with hinges and it actually self-adjusts. It's actually inspired by race car drivers, and it's designed to give you more comfort and a better fit. And I'll tell you, this thing is very secure, but we'll talk about that in a second. They're also very heavy, these cans, and in order to sort of account for that, there's a lot of padding on board. And we're very glad these pads are so thick and very smooth, because these things weigh over a pound. That's a lot of force on your head. Just looking around the headphones in general though, they're extremely well designed, as you'd expect for a $700 pair of headphones. They're very well built, and they're probably the nicest ones we've seen from the company so far. But what's really interesting about these, of course, is the planar magnetic drivers inside. Now, these are an audiophile driver, and they're different than a regular piston style speaker in that they're basically designed with a small membrane that has a circuit on it that's then excited by a magnet. This offers very, very accurate sonic reproduction, but of course it also makes the headphones pretty heavy, as we were saying, and it also takes a lot to power these things. A lot of different companies have a lot of different ways to figure out the right way to power planar magnetic drivers, but what Blue has done is built an amplifier right into the headphone. Now, you can barely see it, but right here there's a little knob which twists the amplifier on. Now, you twist it one click up for the on position, and you twist it one more for on plus, which actually adds a little bass to the lower area, a little bit of an oomph in the lower register. Now, you don't need to have the amplifier on, but if you have a poor sound source like a phone, a tablet, a laptop, it's really nice to have that to drive those planar magnetic drivers. And it actually has a pretty decent battery life of 12 hours, and that's on a 3 to 4 hour charge. One thing to remember when you do turn this amplifier on, these things get really loud. They'll probably be louder than just about any other headphone you have, so you'll want to turn down the source before you turn it on. Now, the headphones come pretty well loaded. You get a full 3-meter cable here, which is just about 9 feet, which is really nice if you're in the studio, though it can fall underfoot. So you've also got this extra cable, which is shorter and has an iOS mic piece on it, which is always nice. Then there's a 1/4-inch adapter, as you might have guessed, and this tote bag. Now, we wish it was a full-on hard case, but it is something to take the headphones along. And let's be honest, these are gonna be hard to pack along no matter what you put them in. Now, when it comes to the fit, as we talked about earlier, these things are extremely heavy, and they also have a lot of pressure, a lot of clamping force on the ear cups here. And as you put them on, you can see they basically self-adjust your head, which is really cool. You can sort of make little adjustments here as you like. But for us, over time, they're just a little bit too tight. Now, it was never painful, and you'll probably be fine even in very long listening sessions thanks to these big cushions here. But we still wish there was a little less force on the sides and a little less weight on top, of course, too. One cool thing about the headphones though, as they close automatically, they also turn off the amplifier, so you'll have less chance of leaving the amplifier on and running the juice down. When it comes to performance, we were pleased to find the Blue's Ella offer gorgeous sound that's clean, clear, and loaded with detail. You'll get excellent reproduction of instrumental textures, a wide and well-balanced soundstage, and the kind of fluidity and presence up top that traditional dynamic drivers often struggle to achieve. These things sound really good, and it's impressive that Blue can do this with their first planar magnetic cans. They stand up well to even top planars in their class. Turning on the amp also adds a little extra flavor to the sound, which creates a brighter tone and some added presence when you have a poor sound source. But remember, if you have a good headphone amp, you can leave these off and they will sound just great. While their $700 price point is no easy ask, and we wish they were a little softer on the sides, Blue's new Ella headphones offer impressive audiophile sound that matches up with some of the best in the business.